Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? I almost said tonight because it's my night, but how are you doing today? Whenever you're seeing this, whatever time of day it is. So I have something a little different than what I usually do. I think I've only done one walkthrough like this ever on something different, but I got a magazine and I thought I would show it to you guys because I'm really excited about it. I have been eyeballing this thing for quite a while. I guess had looked for a good deal on it because it's I'll just tell you, the title will tell you also, but it's a vintage Crochet World magazine. Let me cover up the recipient's address, I guess. Even though they did have a picture of it on eBay, so I doubt that they care, but I'll still cover it up. This is a Crochet World from October of 1980, you guys. Look at the cover price was $1. Like, I'm kind of assuming that this is like my old camera, and the words are not backwards to you guys. I guess I'll know when I play it back. If they are, sorry. Like, if I don't figure out how to fix it, sorry about that. But just know that it says Crochet World, October 1980. $1 for the cover. And this is why I wanted to get it. That's a kitchen witch. I get it. If you've ever heard... Have you ever heard of a kitchen witch, I guess is my question. Or these little witches that hang. I think they usually are in the kitchen, so I think they are actually called kitchen witch. But they're not all crocheted. Some of them are just dolls, sewn dolls, made of different things. I feel like they started in like the Baltic regions, or like Russia or someplace over there. In that area. I mean, that's the Baltic, right? I could be wrong about the Baltic, but I feel like it started in the Russian areas anyway. And I believe the idea behind it was if you hang up a kitchen witch or a witch in your house, it will like bring you good luck or take away all the chase away all the bad spirits, juju, energies, that kind of thing. But regardless, it's freaking adorable. Look at her. I love her so much. And that's why I wanted to get it. But let me tell you what, you guys. I fully plan to flip through this with you. If you are a lover of like the vintage goodness like I am, or just crochet patterns like I am, you will hopefully enjoy this. But this is a treasure trove, you guys, a treasure trove. Because first of all, I can't even explain my weird love for like old vintagey things, but like the fact that this was made in 1980, which like was the beginning of my obsessive era, right? Is the 80s. It's like holding a piece of history, if that makes sense, and it makes me really, really, really happy. And yeah, like it's in really good condition. I hope to keep it that way. Even if you flip through it, like look, the pages and I don't mean they look old, meaning like yellowed. I mean they look old, like this is a it says we're looking for people to write children's books. So it's basically just a full-length ad for people because they want them to write children's books. And I know that's not like the most interesting thing, but I mean, just like look at the guy in this picture. Does it say who he is? This is Alvin Tresselt. It says Alvin Tresselt was vice president and exclusive editor of Parents Magazine Press, the first editor of Humpty Dumpty's magazine for children, and a board member of the Authors Guild. His 53 books for young readers have sold over 2 million copies. But like, look at this man. This man is like 1975. Just it's probably an older picture, even if it's a current one, 1980. Like, he's got the vibe of that era, right? Like, so the very first page is just 80s goodness, and it's not even like in the crochet yet. I don't plan on showing like the actual pattern themselves, but if I do flash it, I don't remember, but I think 1980, this should be old enough that it's okay, right? I'm not gonna flash the pattern anyway, to the best of my ability, but like, here's the first, it says playtime patterns, and it's a rocking horse, rockabye horsey. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And like, a lot of the pictures are like this, I will just say. Like, we're used to looking in like Crochet World magazine of today, and it's just like a full color spread, and not so in 1980. They have like an illustration of what he should look like, and then the rest is basically just a brief flash of it's the pattern, like the whole thing. Like, they have a separate, the bridle and rein, and then they have the rocker pattern, and then the saddle pattern, and then the mane pattern. So like, it's all there, all the little separate pieces. And then the next thing in here is, it says crochet it with flowers. This is a brick doorstop cover. Just a cover, a cozy for a brick to stick on your door. And then, let's see, is this the one for, okay, so it has all the different pieces, like the flower, the leaf, make 2 of those, then the cover itself is on the front, and then there's another pattern that says the Black Eyed Susan placemats, and there's not per se a picture, but it's an illustration, and this is what, like, this is how you're gonna join. It looks like there's hexagons joined, and then that's an illustration of your happy table. Let's see, black and yellow knitting worsted size H crochet hook are the materials. Has the gauge. The note for it is work 7 yellow and 1 black for each motif, and then finishing, assemble as shown in the chart, which I just showed you. Work 1 round of single crochet around the outside. So it just says assemble. Like, honestly, you guys know how much I'm always like, for every hexagon blanket I've ever done or anything, it's been my continuous join and a continuous join as you go. You could do that. You could do that with this, and then do the single crochet around the edge that they're asking you to do, and then that's, we could have a vintage pattern dupe right here, you guys, with my with my continuous join as you go. They have old Barbie dresses, or doll dresses. I guess she's not a Barbie, but it says 4-inch styrofoam ball. So that's probably what's holding out her skirt for the materials. Cut a small slice off the top and bottom because that you want it to be flat. The doll is included in the materials, etc. It says plastic cover. I use those that I get from Burger King soft drinks. Then the next one, it says cradle crochet. These are just called blue hat and mitts, and I'm assuming the picture has got 2 different variations. This is probably the blue one, and maybe they have a white one for contrast. But like, how long has it been since these hats were in style, you guys? I mean, did people still make them? But I'm saying, like, are you gonna go into Walmart and find a hat? I mean, maybe you would, I guess, but it's not the first hat I think of when I think of like making a hat, right? Anymore. So here's a closer up picture of the mitt for the baby. And then the next pattern, this one I had to stare at for a second. It was called the Magic Clothesline, and it's a fillet original by Linda Johnson. And here's the picture, right? So the Magic Clothesline. Well, actually, in the camera, like, when I hold up filet crochet that I actually make, you can see it in the camera a lot better than you can see it in real life, in my opinion. I think that's the same here because you can easily see there's the lady, her skirts are being blown in the wind, here's her clothesline that's being blown in the wind, there's just like a little clouds in the sky. But, and that's just like a little framed crochet piece. So very cool. The next section is, it's called Crochet Potpourri. I'm not sure what that is yet. Let's see. Crochet Potpourri, I hope to find an answer to this unusual request. I have a pattern for a cheerleader outfit. Okay, so that lady's looking for something to do with her cheerleader outfit. They're just sort of like personal ads for crocheters, I guess. Because the next one starts out, please help me. I'm a 23-year-old housewife hoping to become a full-fledged crocheter. I've only completed a few items so far and would appreciate any help you could give me with the following. I have a hard time finding crocheted patterns for my 1.5-year-old son. Can someone assist me in this area? It goes on, but she's looking for decorations for different things, for Christmas tree skirts. The next ad says, like, I love to crochet different Afghans that are all in one piece. The ones with squares are beautiful, but I hate having to put them together. Well, Jeannie, that's the lady that wrote in, I'm just saying she could have benefited from my continuous joined. Also, not to like push that, I'm not trying to push that just because of this video, but but anyway, just different, like, they're crocheters looking for like advice. So it's like an original like chat room in a magazine that goes on for a few pages. And then this looks so cool. But again, I was mentioning to my friends when and to David, pictures progressing through the years would have been helpful to this. The design, the actual project is called the Autumn Tree with Dog. And I bet it looks beautiful, but like you can see it. And the little dog here, he's very cute, right? But this, it's black and white. So the materials for this are 1 skein of dark brown 4-ply yarn, 1 skein of variegated orange, brown, and yellow. So a very like 70s and 80s. And I have quite a collection of this yarn. So that I could make, and I actually think I'm going to. I'm going to keep showing you stuff, but my thought for this was I'm going to try to make multiple things out of this magazine because I just find so much of it fascinating. And then, you know, check back in and show you guys like my little vintage makes or retro makes. I don't know. I know I think somebody was saying that vintage is more having to do with the year and retro is having to do with the aesthetic or something. I don't know. I'm going to say retro though. This is the little dog, another close-up of the little dog continuing back here. Cute. Then there's a crochet question corner where people can write in specifically with questions and she'll answer them. And then there is a slight, a page in the middle or two that have color pictures. Clockwise from above left, there's a toilet tissue and soap cover, and it tells what page the directions are on. Toilet tissue and soap cover, which my boss actually was looking at this too, and she's like, that's so cute, but who covers their soap? So I might make her that just because, I don't know, it's cute and it's vintage, and she was liking it too. So t-shirt infant to adult sizes. It looks kind of like, you guys know that my favorite football team, not American football, but soccer football, favorite football team is the Sheffield United Blades. This kind of is reminiscent of one of their outfits, like a crocheted baby version of their outfits. I would totally give that a go. And then there is a mama mouse and it's a mama mouse and a baby monkey. They're so cute. And tell me in like, maybe not yard sales like today, but like when I was a kid or maybe like a teenager going to yard sales, I would see stuff like these all the time that somebody had made and they'd probably been well played with or cared for. And yeah, just stuff like this has been around, right? Because it was probably made in like the 70s or something, like before I was born. And then those kids grew up, and that's why they ended up in yard sales. Our reader crochet pattern of the month. We know that many of you talented readers design your own patterns for crocheting, everything from tablecloths to toys. Why not let others enjoy your patterns and earn a little cash? We'll pay $5 to $15 for your original crochet patterns, and from those submitted for each issue, we'll choose the crochet pattern of the month, giving them a $35 prize for the best original pattern. That's pretty cool. This magazine ran like a design your own pattern contest. And here are the crochet notes for the this is for like the toilet paper cover. See him right there. And then this I thought was interesting, and I am 100% making this. In the Stranger Summer make along, I had mentioned that I don't care if you guys do like any kind of fiber art, right? So like knitting, crocheting, macrame is in here. Needle art, that it's fine, right? It's fiber of any sort. It says 1 stitch at a time, split shell stitch, and the example they're using, the project they're using for that is a wall hanging. So it's like reminiscent of some macrame wall hangings with the tassels and the different stitch work in here. But I really like it. And I was watching a video from Samantha at Amethyst Craftworks, and she made a wall hanging. And she made something else. I totally, girl, if you're watching this, I'm copying you. Maybe though with this pattern, I'm copying your idea. She made essentially wall hanging, a fabric, and she put a frame, like a picture frame around it, so that she could put her pins on it, like the pins that she collects. And I have them on my bags, but I also have, like, I have Steve. I have multiples back here. I have a Hellfire Club. I haven't even taken them off the things yet because I didn't want to like lose them. I love this. I have a Scoops Ahoy Pikachu. And I have Hopper from season 3. So I have a bunch of different, I have some Pokemon ones. I have mostly Stranger Things related or like Halloween ones. I have a Cthulhu one. But I was thinking of making this wall hanging and hanging them on it. Either way, I'm making the wall hanging, even if I have to make a tighter fabric for the pins. But I'm gonna make that. Then we have crochet yarns. Let's see, this is an article. I've noted many letters. It's a really long article. I'm not gonna read it, but, well, I mean, I'll read it later. But I believe the article is just people talking about crochet yarns that they like. Very cool. And then we're back to some color. This I don't want to make, but it's cool, but it's creepy. It's creepy to me. Okay. Here's a warning if you don't like clowns. I don't either, but I mean, I'm going to show it to you anyway. If you don't like clowns, don't look for a minute. Here we go. Isn't he creepy? This is like, you can tell in this picture better, but it's a ring toy for kids with the flat rings. And then, like, here's him without it. Here's him fully stacked. But it's a clown, a creepy old clown face. Like the bozo clown, but with X's for eyes. Ugh. Clown ring stacker. You may now look back if you are scared of clowns. But that's, it's a pretty neat pattern idea. I don't love the clown, but, you know, do what you do. Then I totally want to make this too. I believe this was the pattern of the month contestant one. Yes, it is. Crochet pattern of the month. It says it above it. I was reading like below the picture, but it says it right above it. This was the crochet pattern of the month winner for the last edition, but it's just this like 70s, 80s, you know, it's a vintage looking shrug. How pretty. Well, you can't tell because it's black and white. How cool looking does that look? And it's like, it looks like, I'm guessing, double crochets. I haven't read the pattern yet, so like it's gonna be like a wider mesh. I want to make this, you guys. I want to make it. So excited. And then their second prize winner is a crocheted ski mask, which again, you can't see as well because it's in black and white. This probably was made from some just funky, psychedelic looking yarn. That's what I think it is. I think it's one of the ones that had pink in it and like turquoise. I'm gonna picture it in that, like yellow. But just some psychedelic looking. It's probably not. It's probably one of the brown and white variegateds or something. But yeah, the ski mask is the second runner up, second prize, whatever you want to call it. And then there's the pattern for the t-shirt that I said looked like the Blades jerseys. And oh yeah, this is cool. I want to make this too, you guys. It says Applique Tote by Carol Bruce, but it has these, like, here's the applique itself. It has these just like flower power, funky looking, and here's the tote bag, right? Isn't that cool? It is very like 70s looking, because I mean, this is from October 1980, so you're still getting that overflow vibes. It's not like the decade changes and immediately every fashion ends from the 70s and it's only 80s related hereforth, right? So you're getting like that overflow of the 70s panning into the 80s. It looks so cool. I'm so excited. I want to make it. Here's the same in black and white, but there's a big close-up view of it. And you know what? I also had a thought for making just the applique motif. Guys, I have been looking and thinking and trying to design a Afghan pattern, but this might do also. Like, I don't have to design it then. I can just put this on squares maybe. But was it Minnie Mel that gave me the idea? I think maybe because I'm so obsessed with watching Magnum PI, like the old one. I know there's a new, we're not even going to discuss a Tom Selleck-less Magnum PI. I'm not, that doesn't exist in my world. 1980s Tom Cruise, Magnum PI, you know I love him. You know I love the show. But her idea was an Afghan with like squares or whatever, inspired by his like amazing Hawaiian shirt motifs, right? Well, so many of them. There's a couple, there's like birds on some. There's some of them I'm going to have to get creative with, but there's a lot of these, like it's the hibiscus flowers that are on them. But I mean, you guys, this is pretty, if it was done in the right colors. Tell me what you guys think. If you've made it this far and listened to my dribble, tell me what you think about that idea, because I am kind of digging it and I think it's perfect, especially since I want to make so many things out of this book anyway, right? And then there is the celebrated Kitchen Witch pattern. So you may recognize that from the front cover, but the pattern is in here. The pattern is on page 35. We've made it 35 pages, you guys. And it's pretty easy. Like, they have instructions for the broom. They have separate instructions for like her scarf and then her apron and her skirt, and obviously like her body and stuff. Well, her skirt kind of is her body. They have like her arms and legs, and I would imagine this top part is, yeah, her head. So like all the little pieces that make up her body. I'm definitely making that, no question about it. And then there is, let's see, it says Rose Remembrance, with the last roses fading on the vine as summer ebbs slowly into fall. It is time to create an array of useful items that keep their beauty and presence ever near. She's wanting to preserve summer and spring and the beautifulness of the flowers because it's heading into October. I'm not down with that, but these would probably be really pretty anyway, and I imagine if I like try to make everything in here, they'll be on my list too, except that clown. I'm not making the clown. Somebody else can make the clown. But this is a rose pincushion. And then she's got, let's see, a reversible pot holder. Are both of these the same? And a reversible pillow. I don't know which is which, but I don't know which is which. I am going to guess that this is the pillow because it seems a little more like 3D. And then this may be the pot holder. There is a loop on that, so like right at the top, see it? So that surely has got to be the pot holder, and the top one is the pillow. Right? No. I think those are the two sides of the pot holder. It just didn't show the loop in the top picture. Because then, on the next page, this, like you can tell right here, there's something stuffed underneath the flower. So this is probably the reversible pillow. And then there's the instructions for the mama mouse that was in that colored area. And this, I didn't even know was in here. I'm so excited. I'm 100% going to make this. It says Bewitched Treats by Kathy Ann Harder. Witches, ghosts, and jack-o'-lanterns abound on the evening of October 31st. To pull some spirit into this Halloween, you may want to make the spooky mobile or a centerpiece with these standing figures. The witch and ghost are made of small bits of knitting worsted yarn and take only minutes to complete. The neck of each is made in a mesh stitch, which allows a piece of matching yarn to be laced through for drawstringing. This enables the head to be filled with candies, gum, or lollipops and given as a special treat. The heads could also be filled with beans for a novel beanbag. And there is the mobile. I think I might just make it as a mobile, unless they stand up really well on their own or I can make them stand up. I think I would use this as the mobile. But how cool. Isn't she adorable? Love it so much. I love it. Here's like more close-up pictures. I'll just kind of flash them because they had the pattern around them and I'm still not sure about that. So, and then let's see. There are like the shapes that you want to use for like the felt eyes and mouths and stuff. Hookups. Fall house cleaning now begins. To stare the dedicated homemaker full in the face. Any new decorating ideas for brightening up space, changing the makeup of the rooms is always welcome. So this is the pillow, another pillow. A bigger picture of the pillow. So they had pretty round pillows. I also found a video where a girl was making those pillows that like ripple out from the center that were around in like every 80s home. I'm gonna make one of those too, you guys. It's not in here, but I'm gonna make it. It's very cool. Here is more of the little monkey pattern that we saw earlier. The rhyme of the stitches. What is this? A lining provides comfort and luxury and is extremely practical because it keeps the crocheted garment in shape. It helps. Okay, this is like a it's a pattern for like a slip. I think that's what my grandma used to call them. They go under your dress or skirt or whatever. Interlining diagram. Here's the actual diagram for what it's wanting you to do, and then they show you the stitch that they want you to use, which is a basket weave stitch. And this I was so excited to show you guys too. I've made this, or I've said this 100 times already for this magazine, but I'm making this. Look at this gentleman and look at his hat. How cool. I mean, he looks cool. He's a 70s, 80s like dude, right? But look at his hat. I would rock that hat. I know a couple people that would probably rock that hat, but look at that. I feel like if you changed it just a little bit, you'd probably get a Jim Hopper hat too. I'm just saying. But that is on my to-do list now. Also, it is called Snappy Man's Hat. I love, 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 love it. Sorry, I was reading like the intro to it. But I'm going to make that hat. And then there are, ooh, this Barbie is creepy looking. There are the Barbie patterns, but you guys. The pattern is for a bathing suit and a cover-up, and like that's neither here nor there at this point. Look at this Barbie. Look at her eyes. Isn't she alien looking? What has this Barbie gone through? Look at that. Okay, sorry. Fascinating, but that's a creepy Barbie doll. It is specifically, it does say that it's for an 18-inch fashion doll. So I imagine that's probably not Barbie either, but I don't, look at her eyes. And then they have a section. This is kind of like my Facebook page, or, you know, group, I mean, or anybody's Facebook group. The section is called Show It Off. And readers could send in their pictures of their makes. So, like, just to show a few of them. A friend crocheted these hexagon blankets, but I had no idea how to put them together. To make them an Afghan, I crocheted all the little hexagons together and then crocheted them together. This covers a double bed when finished. And it is from Anna in Kansas. But she made a hexagon blanket. Anna, let me tell you how to do the continuous join. There is a bedspread down here. I pictured those like red flowers on a white blanket. I don't know why, but it's a bedspread. And then there's like a filet crochet item. There's probably other Afghans. There's a poncho and a sweater down here. How cool is that? Like, how cool is this? And then a glimpse of the past. Like, this magazine is a glimpse of the past, but this is called a glimpse of the past. And it is a pattern for an African violet ruffle doily. And it's one of those that's been like starched or whatever. The ruffle has been. That is so pretty though. It's so much. Like, I mean, you can't wash it, right? Unless you're going to restarch it, right? Like, starch works like that, doesn't it? But, oh my gosh, I love that. I love it. I would still make it. And then, oh, I would so rock these too. Gifts and Such by Lynn Bovee is the name of the article. I don't know if there's a name. It just says slippers. But look, there's a slipper pattern. And I totally want to make these too. And then the magazine goes into, there's like it says how to crochet. So like this magazine can teach you how to crochet. It tells you how to begin by making a loop. It tells you what to do with the left hand and what to do with your right hand, which, sorry, I definitely don't follow that if you've ever seen the way that I crochet. Before you begin the chain stitch, things that you should do, like adjust the fingers of the left hand, as in figure 8, the middle finger is bent in such a way. It literally talks you through everything. And there's pages and pages. Now it shows you the chain stitch. It shows you single crochets, double crochets, half double crochets. It shows you a slip stitch. I think that's it. Now we're on to just like, these are things you can order, subscription to Crochet World. And then there are classified ads, you guys. Classified ads, collector's corner, handicraft ads. One that caught my eye almost immediately, and actually just did again. It says crocheted. I imagine this is probably the pattern. Like, I think this is people selling their patterns. But it says crocheted 19-inch Snoopy and Charlie, $1 each. Self-addressed stamped envelope to Sue, and then it gives her address. And she's from Kalamazoo, Michigan. which is, okay, if you know, you know, but like if this is the map of Michigan, Kalamazoo is probably right here-ish, and then I'm here. So like it's very close, I guess is my point. It's pretty cool. The whole crochet puppet patterns of the 1920s and 30s. There's just all sorts of like classified ads, and the ad rate for placing an ad was 40 cents per word back in 1980. And then go on for like another page, and then we reach the end. There's more things that they're selling, like there's a recipe section too, and then yeah, there's more like they're wanting to sell you subscribing to a sewing club and different magazines back here. And yeah, that's my vintage crochet world walkthrough. But hopefully you found it interesting to have like a look at the past with me. And what would you make out of here? I guess, what would you make? I literally want to make nearly everything. I know it's going to take some time because I'm doing other things too, but I really want to make that hat and the kitchen witch and the mobile. I want to do a lot of it, like a lot of it. So anyway, what was your favorite in this? And have you guys made anything like this, or have you seen anything like maybe your mom or grandma or aunt, or you've seen it in garage sales, but have you seen any of the type of stuff that's in here? Let me know. Let's talk about all of it down in the comments. But yeah, anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys. If I get any more of these magazines, which I would love to like go find more, especially like if they look like they're in good condition. Hopefully I can keep them as pristine. But yeah, as I get them, if you guys like this, let me know. Give me a thumbs up and let me know that you liked it if you do, because I can do more of these like walkthroughs and everything, and I can definitely update you and show you if I make when I make something from this. But all right, thanks for joining me, you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.